We're returning now to the studio with more on this escalation as Middle East expert and Colonel in Reserves, Dr. Reuven Berko. Dr. Berko, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me with you.
Of course. I feel like last time you were here and now things have not really changed so much. So how do you think this ceasefire will hold?
Actually, I don't even predict that something will be changed in the future. We are now having a conflict with an organization that cannot, by definition and by doctrine, accept the very existence of the State of Israel.
You're talking about Hamas and Islamic Jihad.
Hamas, Islamic Jihad, and other fundamentalistic organizations. That's why this young Jewish boy who was so kindly expressed his goodwill for reaching an agreement with Hamas is so mistaken, unfortunately. But of course, it reflects his goodwill and the Jewish, in general, the Jewish optimistic approach towards conflict that should be settled in the end of the day. But in this very case, we are dealing with an organization that is built upon the idea of demolishing and ruining the State of Israel. That's why we cannot reach any agreement, but keep a formula of the permanent deterrence. Any case, in any case they try to do or to make any aggressive attack on Israel, whether it was kites, missiles, tunnels, it will be judged to fail. That's what we are doing. And of course, we take into consideration a lot of factors such as the northern borders, Iran and others. Yes.
Well, that raises a question. It sounds like you're advocating more along the lines of maybe something like what Naftali Bennett is suggesting. He's saying that there should be no ceasefire. We should do perhaps an operation, perhaps do an aggressive maneuver in Gaza. Would you say that is more likely a deterrent here?
Well, I would try to isolate my answer out of any political motivations, and it will be very hard to deal with political personalities' ideas. I was a military man. I served about 10 years in Gaza Strip. Our interest is not to make the hard work of Abu Mazen and to unify the Palestinian people on the blood and heads of our Israeli soldiers. It's total foolishness to get into Gaza Strip to eliminate the Hamas infrastructure, to go out and let them build it again, because we are dealing with, as you can see on the screen, we're dealing with a critical mass of 2 million people who actually deliberately elected Hamas. They have the ability to throw them, as they did in the Arab Spring everywhere surrounding us. They can do it, but they want Hamas to stay. Why should we take Hamas away and allow Abu Mazen to get to power in Gaza Strip on behalf of our soldiers? This is one question. And of course, the other question is whether we get in and destroy Hamas, who will come later? Who will fill the gap? Who will change the chaos we can predict from this point of view?
Sure. Well, I think obviously this dance is still going. And we have
I'm
a lot
optimistic.
To figure out.
I believe that we have the abilities to deter these gangs, to deter them, and to enable a free and democratic life on our side of the border.
Well, let's end this on a positive note then, Dr. Berko. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.